Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore.
There I nodded, nearly napping, then suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door.
"'Tis some visitor,"
I muttered.
"tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more."
Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my book success of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore. For that rare and radiant maiden to whom the angels name Lenore is nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me and filled me with fantastic terrors I had never felt before, so that now to still the beating of my heart I stood repeating,
"'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more."
Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating, then no longer.
"Sir,"
said I,
"or madam, your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you."
Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal dared to ever dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word,
"Lenore."
This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, Lenore. Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard the tapping somewhat louder than before.
"Surely,"
said I,
"surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, nothing more."
Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in stepped a stately raven from the saintly days of yore. Not the least abidance made he, not a moment stopped nor stayed he, but with all the mien of lord and lady perched above my chamber door. Perched above a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. It perched and it sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore.
"Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou,"
I said,
"art certainly no craven. Ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore."
Quoth the raven,
"Nevermore."
Much I marveled at this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevance it bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being has yet been blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on that placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he'd outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered,
"Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before."
Then the raven said,
"Nevermore."
Startled at the stillness broken by a reply so aptly spoken,
"Doubtless,"
said I,
"what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom merciless disaster follows fast and follows faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of nevermore."
But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking, fancy unto fancy thinking, what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking.
Nevermore.
This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er, ah, she shall press, ah, nevermore. Then, methought, the air grew denser, perfumed from some unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tough floor.
Wretch!
I cried,
Thy God hath led thee. By the angels, he hath sent thee. Respite and repent thee for thy memories of Lenore. Quaff this kind and repent thee, and forget this lost Lenore.
quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
Prophet!
Said I,
Thing of evil! Prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore. Oh, desolate, yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore.
quoth the raven.
Nevermore. Prophet,
Said I,
thing of evil. Prophet still, if bird or devil. By the heaven that bends above us, by the God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden if, within that distant Aden, it shall clasp the sainted maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore.
quoth the raven.
Nevermore. Be that word a sign of parting. Bird or fiend,
I shrieked, upstarting.
get thee back into the tempest and night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as thy token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the form from off my door. Take thy beak from out my heart. And take thy form from off my door.
Quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
And the raven, never fleeting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight over him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.
Oh, boo-hoo, Poe. doubtless. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you sing, yes, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster. Thou art certainly no well, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Plutonium? It's not an element.
For thy memories of Lego.
Till one. Shit. Shit. What it utters is its only stock and store. Fix my pants again, god damn it. Fuck. Do that again.
And the night's Plutonian shore. Shit. Lost it. Get thee into the tempest. Fuck. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my nighttime gal.